quick note before we get started with this discussion. Unfortunately, I was sick throughout pretty much all of the 2009 movies, so I kind of sound terrible. I've edited these the best I can, but it just kind of's there. So unfortunately, yeah, I can't really do much about that. We really wanted to have my like genuine first reaction, so we didn't want to like redo these, and we were running pretty short on time. Again, we still kind of are, so we didn't want to just like wait until I was not sick, because I was sick for like 3 weeks. In addition, you may have noticed that Mai's microphone is like not very good. It's been slowly getting worse, and it continues to get worse throughout 2009 and 2010. We didn't really notice until the beginning of 2011. So kind of the whole, frog in the pot ending up boiling itself alive because it takes a while. Same idea. So Mai does get a new microphone. She does sound better starting in like early 2011. I believe it's movie number 203, something like that. So it does get better, but yeah, you're gonna have to stick with Mai sounding pretty bad for about 2 years. And again, I sound bad for 2009. So I know it sucks, but that's what we got for right now. And there you go. So from that, on to beginning of 2009.
Welcome to day 176 of the 300 Movie Challenge. Today we watched the highest grossing film of January 2009, which was Taken. Yeah,
How to begin?
a good way to put it.
How to begin?
It could have been worse.
It could have been worse. I guess the thing is that we kind of talked about this a little bit in the beginning of the movie, where I think you can judge by the title what is going to happen, especially when you see like the beginning, like 30 minutes.
Yeah, is it
30 minutes?
I think it's less than that, but yeah, whatever.
like 20?
20 minutes of it. You can kind of figure out what the name of the title and everything that's going to happen. Like, as soon as the Peter guy shows up, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like not even really a surprise.
So, with that in mind, the way that they frame the beginning of the movie just... Ugh.
It doesn't really work.
Because, as Valen mentioned, or Valen, you can definitely clarify this too, but it's kind of like you can see both sides between the mom and the dad, but because of how the movie turns out, because you know what's going to happen and stuff, it kind of underplays it, I guess.
The problem is it sets it up like emotionally so that like, so how the movie frames it is that like, all the other characters think the Liam Neeson's ridiculous in terms of being so worried, but like you know that he's right, but the movie frames it in a way where like he shouldn't be right. And again, like logically speaking, in terms of the chance of this stuff happening, he should be wrong.
Yeah.
Right? So it's this weird kind of thing where like it's trying to build an emotional connection, which is like not horrible. It's like at least him and the daughter, like it does seem like they at least kind of like each other, but it's still just it's weird. I don't know really exactly how to put it into words, that it just doesn't quite work. I think part of it is that like the mom is just like a huge bitch, and like again you kind of get it because of like who he's supposed to be, and also she's like, oh my god, stop worrying about this shit. But like
the way
I don't
that
know,
she
it's just
presents it as if it's like he's completely wrong and stuff, and then he's like taking it too far and things is I think what got me, because she has a point and stuff. I mean, you can't keep your kids in a bubble and everything, but the fact that she doesn't like acknowledge his point at all, I think is what got me.
Yeah.
So this reminds me of Man on Fire in what they're like trying to do.
But Man on Fire definitely pulled it off better.
Way
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
I think so, definitely.
And part of it is the like emotion, because like again there's other aspects of it that like I think are okay, like for example how the action, it felt kind of Man on Fire-esque, where like it's violent but like not over the top. It's like it is like what he needs to do,
Yeah.
right? In that sense. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of this like awkward middle ground of like they either should have gone like the more Man on Fire route, where it's like much more of like an emotional connection and that kind of stuff, or they should have gone like the opposite and have it be completely over the top ridiculous. And they walk this middle line where instead it's just kind of dull.
Yeah.
So
Speaking of dull, the dad, other than when he's with his like daughter and you see him being a good dad and everything, otherwise it's pretty bland.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, you know, oh, he's supposed to, like, know how to do all this stuff from, like, his past job, but they really don't go into that, like, at all, which is kind of
No.
weird. Like, I thought they would, but they don't. They're just like, okay, he can do this, I guess, and, I mean, I guess they didn't need to explain it, but I don't know, it felt kind of weird. Like, actually, the pacing in general feels really weird. Like,
Yeah, there was like that one scene where I was just like, seems kind of fast.
yeah. Like, it's
And
this
the thing
short
is
movie.
that- Yeah. It's like in the beginning they were like, okay, we need to get to like the major plot point and everything. We have to get the plot started. And they were like bam bam bam. And then once the plot started, then it like someone just like pressed the brakes basically.
It's like,
And
well,
then
it would
slowed
like
it
press
down.
the brakes and then press the accelerator again and then the brakes again, and it's like back and forth. It was weird.
Yeah.
And then also just like the continuity was like kind of weird to follow in terms of like, wait, why did he figure out he's supposed to go here?
Yeah.
Right? They don't really explain. They show that like, okay, he is like detectiving stuff, but like, I don't know. I just feel like they didn't quite really get across like exactly how he knew what to do.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of like where to go and who to talk to, and like again, like for example, the police guy being a rat, like it seemed like, how did he figure that out? Like, I don't know, it just felt kind of weird about that.
I also feel like that's like cliche. Like
yeah,
as soon as they showed him, you were kind of, and he was like, "Don't get involved." It's like, evidently you were a rat.
yeah. So I don't know. And yeah, there's really not. I don't think there's too much to say about it. It's just you're not as emotionally invested as something like Man on Fire, and it's not ridiculous enough to like laugh at it. Actually, the one time I did laugh at something was when after he was like chasing the Peter guy, and he like jumps down and seems to escape him, and he just gets hit by a truck like out of nowhere, and it's like, okay.
Oh yeah.
Just the
That
timing
was
of that was just like, oh.
Interesting.
I
It's
thought,
like that's actually kind of realistic.
well, I thought actually they were gonna turn that into like a plot point where like the organization or whatever like figured out what was happening and like got him killed on purpose or something, but like
Oh.
they didn't go into that, so whatever. I don't know. I just felt like, yeah, just it wasn't goofy enough to be entertaining, and it wasn't serious enough to be like emotionally invested in it. So it was okay-ish. I don't know. I mean, there was nothing in it that I would say like this is bad. Really, it's just didn't really care.
It was just kind of whatever all the way
Yeah.
through.
And then I guess like the action scenes, like the editing was pretty fast. I don't know if it would be too fast. To me, it was like right on the border of like too fast editing. But
Yeah.
I think part of the reason I don't think it's quite too fast is that pretty much most of the scenes were actually like decently well lit, so you could still see what was going on.
Oh yeah.
Like if all that if the editing was like that, but it was like in the middle of the night, like outside, like every time, then I'd probably be like, okay.
you would like
what the-
Time Cop.
Yeah. Then I'd have like no idea. Oh yeah, like the whole thunderstorm thing in Time Cop. Yeah. So it wasn't like quite that bad, but it was still kind of like, what is going on? So, yeah. Basically, if you want to see a movie like this, I mean, just go watch Man on Fire instead. It's
Yeah, Man on
basically
Fire.
It
it.
definitely
Much better.
holds the emotion much better.
Yeah. Again, I
You
don't think.
feel more for the characters.
Yeah, I don't think this is terrible by any means, but it's just, not that interesting. It's kind of
No.
weird that this like became. I mean, the meme. I mean, the main thing is that his like "I will find you and I will kill you" thing, but it's like, which I guess is kind of silly. I don't know. It's not even really that silly. I think, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like this is the thing for that. But
Especially
whatever.
since, I mean, it is like a serious topic and it does happen, but I feel like even with that in mind, it didn't exactly pull off the emotion as well as it could
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. So, what an interesting way to start 2009. I don't know.
I guess.
I didn't expect this movie to be like the January movie.
Yeah, I didn't expect
Yeah, this
that
feels
either.
like a, I don't know, like a September movie or something. But at least it's
I
not
guess
another
it's-
shitty romantic movie for
Yeah, I
January.
mean, it's one of
Yeah.
the slightly not worse, not worse
January movie.
January movies.
It
Yeah,
definitely has a good message. Well, it has like a warning.
Cautionary tale.
Yeah, it's a cautionary tale at least, where it's
yeah.
like,
At the same time, though, the whole reason they got like caught was because the daughter's like friend is an idiot. So
Yeah.
it's not saying much. Just don't, I don't know, lead strangers
Don't be a
to
dumb
where you're
broad,
living.
okay?
Yeah, basically. So whoop-de-doo. There's your wonderful PSA from yours truly.
Liam Neeson.
Yes, he needs to go find the midi-chlorians.
oh my god.
I just I just had the dumbest thought. He goes through the whole movie and he goes to like save, the daughter or whatever, and then he busts into like the room on the boat and it's just like Jake Lloyd as Anakin Skywalker as like a little kid.
Oh my god.
It's like, I am your daughter. It's like, what the fuck?
Oh my god.
Well, yeah. Well, you know how I just said that at least it's not a shitty romantic comedy movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, we get that this next month instead. And it stars
Like
our favorite
February.
actor of all time.
Oh no.
And then again, at this point, we have like a list of several actors that we've grown to dislike.
They won't be able to figure out who it is.
No. So, we'll get excited for that. Woohoo!
Ooh.
Yeah. So, there you go. Bye, I guess.
Bye.